So this quantum realm is a dimension where consciousness resides. It is also a place of non-duality. And non-duality means a non-dual state is the direct experience of reality as a single, indivisible whole, dissolving perceived separation between self and other, between mind and matter, revealing an underlying oneness. So duality is where we experience unity in the world of opposites, where we are able to see light and darkness as one and the same, because without the darkness, we would never appreciate the light. And this is non-duality. It is characterized by a loss of ego, a cessation of judgment, and a deep interconnectedness where we feel part of everything. And we don't just see the mountain, we are the mountain. We don't just hear the bird song, we are that bird song. We are the bird song, we are the mountain. And concepts like good or bad or here and there or me and you lose their meaning, and there is no subject or object split. It is just pure existence. And this quantum realm is also a dimension of here and now, the present moment that is magical and powerful. The field is the realm of presence, where spiritual realities, divine presence, deep awareness, and intuition manifests. It is a state of holistic awareness, being present while connecting past and the future, where the past and the future exist simultaneously in the now present moment. Being present while interacting with others, while interacting with all things, while washing the dishes, while in the shower, while digging, and while conversing with a friend. All that requires being present. And when we are doing that, all things and infinite possibilities are available to us for everything that we do mindfully, walking mindfully, eating mindfully, praying mindfully. And all that's ever happened or ever will happen occurs in the present moment. All that we will ever ask, need, say, and choose is already existing in latent state in the now, still, silent sanctuary of the present moment, where we are already peace, already love, already joy, and already light, abundance, freedom, worthy, deserving, complete, whole, and healed. That nowhere, that nothingness is the now and here present moment. So today we look at the quantum principles, and we are going to look at laws upon which the invisible world beyond the physical world we see and touch operates by. And the quantum field, the unified field, that oneness, that universe, that God, that source, the all defies classical Newtonian laws and operates using quantum principles that we weren't aware existed before this course. So from childhood, we inherited a set of concepts and beliefs and roles and classical laws that we've been taught to trust. Parents handed them down to us, teachers reinforced them as truth, and society echoes them until they become invisible walls. And we've been brought up and socialized and trained in the widely accepted Newtonian model. But since the development of quantum mechanics in 1925, the Newtonian model of reality is questioned as it's based on separation, viewing the whole world as a collection of separate predictable paths. So since the development of quantum mechanics, the Newtonian model of reality is being questioned as it is based on separation, viewing the world as a collection of separate, predictable parts, assuming systems can be understood by breaking them down into their individual parts, where an object's behavior is defined by external forces like gravity acting between separate bodies rather than being part of a single unified field. So quantum mechanics challenges classical notions of separation, where a human being is seen as living in a physical world that obeys certain laws, and nature is seen as separate and independent from man. With the advent of quantum physics, things have changed only in the world of science. But it's nothing new in the world of spirituality. Ancient traditions thousands of years ago emphasized the fundamental unity of all existence, a universal interconnectedness, a oneness, a more unified and interconnected existence, viewing reality as a unified, interconnected whole rather than a machine made of discrete, independent parts. So imagine a huge spider web, each connecting different points, representing how we are all connected, sharing energy, sharing experiences with one another. Just like a small movement in one part of the web can send ripples throughout the whole web, our actions, our feelings can affect people and things around us. Imagine a thread linking every thought, every emotion, and decision to someone, to something far beyond our immediate reach. Particles communicate instantaneously as if they possess a shared awareness. Picture two particles once connected, they are forever influencing each other, even if separated by galaxies. And this is a phenomenon that continues to puzzle the most brilliant scientific minds. And understanding this connection, we are never alone. Imagine shrinking down to the size of an atom, embarking on a journey through the quantum realm within yourself. This is the realm of quantum wonder, also known as the spiritual realm, and by other names like the unified field, like oneness, like the universe, like God, source, or the all. It is a realm where things get really weird. A bizarre dimension where energy exists as discrete packets, each called a quantum, where the rules we know unravel as quantum particles dance in waves that defy our everyday understanding of reality. At this scale, familiar objects transform beyond recognition. It's a sea of infinite possibilities, where particles dance in shadows of possibility. Space and time become irrelevant. Certainty shatters like glass, and uncertainties of the human mind, such as holding conflicting ideas simultaneously before making a particular choice. And this realm is real. It contains the outcomes already. It contains all the answers already. It contains all the information we need already. Everything that we could possibly experience in life already exists in this realm. So why do we continue to live a limited life? Because this is where the Newtonian model is slowly crumbling. We are slowly moving from separation into unity consciousness. And this quantum field of the micro responds to our consciousness and to our mind that is interacting with it through our thoughts and through our feelings and through our mind state. And it is a state of being. So the all, God, source, or the quantum field intends for creation to experience infinite existence, unique experiences all the way to infinity. Are you ready to use your freedom of choice to tap into this realm of your unique experience? And when I use the word universe or world or cosmos, they are the same. The only difference is when we talk of the world, we are talking of the physical material plane. When we use the word universe, it is the same as world, but the universe looks at energy. And when we look at the cosmos is looking at everything within it, including stars and galaxies. So are you ready to explore where physics meets the future of quantum mechanics? A branch of physics describing the behavior of matter and energy at the smallest scales? This is set to redefine the future of physics in ways previously unimaginable. Because quantum mechanics again challenges classical notions of reality and introduces quantum principles that defy our everyday experience. Because at this quantum level, this mystical level, this spiritual level of the micro, particles operate according to a different set of laws called quantum principles. So biologists think that the cell is classical. However, our cells and atoms are not classical at all. They are quantum. And the atoms and quarks at the subatomic level follow not the classical laws, but quantum principles that describe the laws governing the behavior of matter and energy at the subatomic micro levels, where the world doesn't behave like a solid machine, but behaves like a mystery. So let us delve into these quantum principles. And remember that the quantum realm exists beneath and between atoms, a realm of infinite possibilities obeying quantum principles. And the first principle is known as entanglement. This is where once particles are linked, they remain connected despite the distance between them. Each particle knows the state of the other, and a change in one causes a change in the other. And our minds are entangled with the divine mind, and we might be entangled with other worlds and with other humans. Right now, as we are listening to this class presentation online, our minds are connected to each other's minds. So in human terms, what does this principle mean? First and foremost, it means that our thoughts and intentions can become entangled with other worlds. Our thoughts and intention can become entangled with the thoughts and intentions of others, creating a complex web of interconnectedness and recognizing the power of thoughts, intentions as we shape reality. Imagine you have gone to Chiveho and you are billions and billions of people, and each one of you have that particular intention of seeing peace in the world. That collective intention will definitely bring peace, not only in our own hearts, but that shared intention can change the world. Secondly, our brains might be connected to the entire universe. Are brain cells similar to the universe? because our consciousness can connect with the whole universe. It can connect with the whole world. It can connect with the whole cosmos. And this would mean that our consciousness could potentially interact with and even influence quantum particles outside of our bodies. And studies have pointed out striking parallels between the structure of the brain and the universe, including the interconnectedness of neurons and galaxies. And the cosmic web, the network of matter in the universe, has been compared to the neural network in the brain. These similarities suggest a potential underlying interconnectedness between the brain and the universe and the world and the cosmos. And 3, could our minds be entangled with others' minds and with the cosmic mind, the strangest connection in the cosmos? How are we entangled with everything in the cosmos, leading to extrasensory perception, psychic phenomena like telepathy, like precognition? Are our brains connecting to other people's brains? Are we living in somebody else's mind where our interacting brains synchronize and respond and adapt to each other's signals? Will we explore this entanglement and how our minds are connected? Because our mind may be entangled with other minds, with the quantum mind, with the unified field, with thoughts, emotions, experiences of different minds, all intertwining by quantum entanglement, creating a shared consciousness or a non-local informational access. The universe we live in, this world of energy, is mental. Everything is connected. And the second principle, before we go to the second principle, as we continue with entanglement, different aspects of a person's life, different aspects of your life right now can be interconnected and influencing each other in complex ways. One's negative emotions and disempowering thoughts could be entangled. And this might mean that they are connected and influencing each other. My anxiety might influence the decision-making process that I am engaged in. And elevated mood can enhance my creativity. So that means my elevated mood could be entangled with my creativity. When I'm in high spirits, my creativity is also high. And 5, we are entangled in an infinite number of parallel universes. And this means that each universe has its own version of reality, where individual consciousness is part of a larger interconnected reality. We aren't confined to our own perceived reality, but we are connected to a vast non-local field of consciousness. And this is by Deepak Chopra. What do I mean here? When I am in low spirits of worry and fear, it's not what happens to us, but the meaning we give to that happens to us. I am in a different universe of energy at that point. But the moment I upgrade my energy and get into gratitude and love and peace and raise my vibration, I will be in a different universe of high vibration, and I will be able to see my situations, sad as it may be, challenging as it may be, but I will be seeing it with the higher lens, a different perspective, that I will change its meaning and experience it differently. And lastly, before we go to the second principle. Are our thoughts tied to the universe? Where do our thoughts come from? Many thoughts that we think in our head, they arise from a collective mind. And thoughts are energetic fields. They are entities that float around. If the thought form in the collective mind discovers any resonance in my own thought that I'm telling myself in the head, such as irritation, that form thought of irritation will hook onto my irritation. If I am thinking about beauty and gratitude and I'm expectant and I am feeling excited and passionate about what I do, that form thought of compassion and passion will hook onto me. And before I know it, my ministry is accelerating and being successful. And this is a calling to Eckhart Tolle. So let us look at our second quantum principle. It is superposition. And superposition means that particles exist in multiple places at once in a state of potential as infinite possibilities waiting for a choice to be made, waiting for your consciousness and quantum mind to observe them before they manifest into one definite state. This means that every possibility exists in latent state, and every answer to any question ever asked exists in this realm. You might be facing some challenge right now, and there seems to be no solution, but there are different approaches and different opportunities existent in this realm that you can explore and choose one out of that field of infinite possibility. And the psyche is never wrong. The quantum mind is never wrong. The universe is always directing us to where we need to be. All we need to do is to pay attention and listen to that intention, that intuition, that whisper from the silent space within us, that sanctuary, for the answer to come through that matches that which we want to be and to become and to see and to experience. So, in human terms, what does superposition mean? A quantum system embodies all possible states simultaneously before a decision is made. And a particle moving through space acts like a wave without a specific location, and it is in superposition. So observation destroys that superposition, and the particle has to choose one state that it has to be in. So in human terms, the mind can generate multiple potential outcomes or realities for a future event or decision, all existing simultaneously until a decision or experience forces one of those possibilities to become a reality. Are you ready to experience that? Thoughts can exist in multiple possibilities at once until a decision forces them to collapse into one choice. And the mind might present various scenarios, various possibilities, and explore different pathways of thought related to a future outcome, a future decision before it's made. For example, one of us might be facing financial hardship right now and might simultaneously imagine themselves struggling to pay bills. And at the same time, they are envisioning a future of prosperity where they will be having multiple streams of income and lack and scarcity will no longer be part of them. They are creating a reality of infinite possibilities by looking at these two scenarios and choosing one that suits where they need to be. Is it getting clearer now? So the final outcome is determined by our thoughts, by our inspired action, and the context of the financial situation that we want to see ourselves in. We will find truth not just in data, but in experience. Experience it for yourself and let it be true for you. That dream that stayed for days, synchronicity that defied logic, could be coming to your way as long as you keep a positive mindset. That inner knowing that speaks louder than the facts is coming from our inner intuition that always guides us to the correct place where we need to be. All we need is to flow with it. So this principle of superposition in quantum psychology, it is applied to understand, one, mixed emotions, how humans can experience multiple emotions simultaneously, such as feeling both happy and sad at the same time. And two, cognitive ambiguity, how humans can hold multiple contradictory beliefs or thoughts simultaneously. And three, identity complexity, how humans can identify with multiple roles, personalities, or identities simultaneously. Right now, I'm a teacher on this class forum. The moment I close my laptop, I am a mother. And in the next moment, I will be a wife. Let us go to our third principle. The third principle is called the observer effect. And it says that particles don't exist until observed. And observation changes a particle's behavior. Observing a particle with consciousness influences its state and changes its behavior to determine reality. Everything before it's observed is a wave function on the edge of possibility. Particles behave as probability waves when observed, but as solidified particles when observed. So in human terms, you could be a superior and you have somebody that you are supervising. What are you observing in the person you are supervising? They might be having irritant behavior. They might be having anger spells. But all possibilities are already present in your mind. What would you prefer to see them as? If you prefer to see them as joyful and happy and competent at their work, by observing them as that, you are changing their behavior through energy, through that quantum consciousness experiences. Are you ready to try out that the moment we leave this presentation? Our fourth principle is wave-particle duality. Wave-particle duality states that particles exist both wave and particle behavior and the ability of a system to either be as a wave or as a particle. What does this mean? It means that everything is created twice. First, in the wave and seen form of energy, and secondly, we get to touch it in the physical world of particles. Everything is created twice. First with the intention, that idea, and this idea transformed with action becomes something that can manifest in our physical world. What we are thinking right now, we become in the near future. And the fifth principle is the principle of non-locality. And it says that particles communicate across space without any physical connection. And the ability of quantum systems to instantaneously affect each other beyond space. And in human terms, thoughts and consciousness can extend beyond the local boundaries of the brain, potentially influencing or being influenced by distant points in space and time. So quantum entanglement is often described as the heart of quantum mechanics. When we understand quantum entanglements, other principles that we have seen like superposition, non-locality, wave-particle duality, and observer effect, all will be easy for us. Think of quantum entanglement as a metaphor for the unseen bonds that connect us all. Our mind may be entangled with other people's minds, with the quantum unified field. And thoughts and emotions, experiences of different minds intertwine potentially through quantum entanglement, creating a shared consciousness or non-local information access. Have you ever been to some healing crusade and one person shouts that they've been healed, and you also feel a sense of healing within yourself, and the headache you came with instantaneously goes? Or one person shouts that they've seen the Virgin Mary, and before you see it, everybody is looking at the sun, and what they are seeing is a figure of the Virgin Mary. That is collective quantum consciousness. So the key to harnessing the power within us lies in understanding quantum entanglement, because there is a hidden force threading through the fabric of reality that operates not with the bounds of time and space, but beyond them. A real phenomena in quantum physics called quantum entanglement. This is the most important principle. It is rewriting everything we thought we knew about connection, causality, and consciousness. So quantum entanglement is a gateway to understand how the cosmic communicates with itself. It whispers of a cosmic intelligence where separation is an illusion, and the deepest truths are entangled, not isolated. Two particles once connected defy the speed of light and maintain an invisible bond across galaxies. Think of that childhood friend who is now millions of miles away, maybe in another continent. What you shared as children is still very fresh in your own mind, and the two of you formed a connection that can never be broken. How can the cosmos allow for such an outrageous violation of locality? This isn't just about subatomic particles. It is about reality itself and the life we might have experienced, some of us, but we had no explanation. But quantum physics is now explaining it. So it is about the matrix that holds existence together, where the ordinary laws of cause and effect begin to crumble. And could this quantum connection of entanglement extend beyond the material physical world we see and touch and smell? Could it reach into the realm of consciousness? So this is the quantum mystery of connection. And this is what we are looking at in this course of quantum psychology. And we are going to begin asking ourselves questions such as, is the world truly made of separate things? Or are we and all things just ripples in one vast field of interconnected being? Because the entangled connection is real. And at the deepest level of nature, everything is connected. Separation is an illusion generated by our limited perception. So while we may see objects as distinct and distant, quantum mechanics tells a different story. Because beneath the surface, there is an invisible matrix of energy entangled relationships holding everything together. And this entanglement is fundamental to all structures of atoms and molecules and energy. And every object we interact with, be it your phone, be it your body, be it your furniture, be it your plant space or the air you breathe in, or the water you bathe every morning, is composed of quantum systems in constant interplay and exchange of energy with you. This is the entanglement of particles that may seem so subtle, but it is ever present. Right now, as you are seated there, what are you entangled with? What particles are close to you that you are entangled with? Then, what if information doesn't need to travel at all? What if instead of sending and receiving, the universe is already synchronized at a deeper level, so deeply entangled that when one particle shifts, the other simply reflects the change without any transmission? A change in one causes a change in other. When I am healed and whole, my neighbor will feel that and also heal. Maybe this understanding isn't limited to particles. If the material world is bound together by this hidden thread, what does that say about the immaterial? What does that say about thought, emotion, awareness? And could consciousness be part of the same entangled matrix? Because entanglement doesn't just challenge physical constraints. It begins to ravel the very idea of separation. Because the wall between the physical and the non-physical starts to crumble. Could the mind participate in this entangled order? Could thoughts, intentions, or states of consciousness operate non-locally, just like quantum particles? Some researchers propose that consciousness itself might be a quantum phenomenon. If so, it would not be confined to the brain or bound by classical causality. It might be capable of entanglement in its own right and connected to the vast. So the real power of quantum entanglement lies in transformation, in how this entanglement forces us to see ourselves, to see our minds, and to see the universe differently. Because the classical world was built on separation, object and observer, cause and effect, past and future, but entanglement is drawing a new map, one in which those distinctions dissolve, and what remains is relationship, it is interconnection, it is unity, it is consciousness. Does this relate to what we saw yesterday, where we said that the quantum realm is a place of non-physical connection, that it is a place of communion with higher consciousness and all, where we commune with others still in the physical body, those yet to appear in the physical body, and those that have left the physical body already, connection with all things, where all creation is one and connected with no separation. We are one with all life. And this realm of the micro, of the smallest, is a magnificent web of interconnectedness, interbeing, interdependence, unity between all life forms. And we are one with every star, every tree, every animal, every ocean and mountain. And in this cosmic network of unimaginable complexity, we are everything, and everything is us. So this quantum realm is a dimension where consciousness resides. And when I talk of consciousness, I'm talking about the quantum mind, where our ordinary mind shifts into the quantum mind. Consciousness resides in this quantum realm, and consciousness exists at some level in all things. All creation is consciousness, and everything swims in the sea of consciousness, and we commune with all in existence, and consciousness operates in communion. Consciousness operates in communion. Consciousness operates in communion. All things originate from and are part of the intelligent consciousness. And there is one intelligent consciousness permeating the whole cosmos that's all intelligent, self-correcting, self-regulating, self-organizing, and self-sustaining. And consciousness is fundamentally relational and interconnected rather than isolated and purely individual. So we aren't separate from the universe. We aren't separate from the world. We aren't separate from the cosmos. We are the universe and the world and the cosmos experiencing itself. And this is according to Alan Watts. The quantum realm is also a place of non-duality, where we experience unity in the world of opposites, where we see both light and darkness as one and the same, because without the darkness, we would never appreciate the light. So non-duality is a non-dual state in the direct experience of reality as a single individual, indivisible whole, dissolving perceived separation between self and the other, between mind and matter, revealing an underlying oneness. It is characterized by a loss of the ego, a cessation of judgment, and a deep interconnectedness where we feel part of everything. We don't just see the mountain, we see the mountain. We don't just hear the bird song, we are the bird song. And concepts like good, bad, here or there, you and me lose their meaning because there is no subject and object split. We are just pure experience. And lastly, this quantum realm is a dimension of the here and now, the present moment that is magical, that is powerful. And the field is the realm of presence where spiritual realities and divine presence and deep awareness and intuition manifests. It is a state of holistic awareness, being present while connecting past and future, where past and future exist simultaneously in the present moment. It is when we are able to be present while interacting with others, being present while you are washing the dishes, while you are digging, while you are walking to the market, while you are singing, while you are praying, while you are showering. Because when you are present in whatever it is you are doing, you are interacting with the realm of infinite possibilities, and you are instantaneously raising your vibrational frequency. And all that has ever happened and ever will happen occurs in the present. And all that we ever ask and need and say and choose is already existing in this still, silent sanctuary of the present now, where we tap into where we are already peace, light, joy, love, abundance, freedom, worthy, deserving, complete, whole, and healed. And this means that where we have reached right now, we have started a pilgrimage from the transcend the ordinary mind to shift into the quantum mind. A shift from a limited, self-centered awareness to boundless consciousness and understanding. And this involves transcending the limitations of the ego and the perceived boundaries of the self to a greater connection with the infinite source of being. And this is a liberation from the confines of the individual mind that is ordinary, that is limited, that is finite, that might be impoverished, that is localized, to an infinite, liberated, non-local mind, a realization of our inherent connection to infinite intelligence, that field of infinite possibilities. So the finite, ordinary, limited ego mind keeps us tied to the physical, material, ever-changing reality of status, name, identity, class, title, fame, success, wealth, position, and prestige as objects of attachment, and we forget the absolute reality of who we inherently are. Whole, abundant, worthy, peaceful, joyous, loved, complete, without the need for craving for external validation and seeking for happiness, joy, and abundance outside of ourselves. It is all inside here. And this makes status, name, identity, class, and title, and fame, and success, and wealth, and position, and prestige passing phenomena. We may need them for our ministry, but we have to use them knowing that they are passing phenomena. They are not absolute reality. They are changing reality. So in our day-to-day life, we constantly are faced with choosing to focus either on the absolute and changing reality of wholeness, or to choose to focus on the small, limited, ever-changing relative reality that leads to self-inflicted misery. All humans experience the human psychological heart state involving emotions of fear, worry, doubt, anger, envy, sadness, complaining, and backbiting. And we grapple with challenges, including the struggle for resources, the desire for things that can't be fulfilled, and that causes fear and suffering. What does that mean as we conclude this? What is the difference between the ordinary mind and the quantum mind? Because the ordinary mind uses the predictable macroscopic laws of classical physics, while the quantum mind operates using quantum principles. And this ordinary mind is seen as a puppet controlled by the physical brain, a physical entity unaware of the level beyond the physical. Whereas the quantum mind, particles exist in multiple places at once, that is superposition, and they don't even exist until observed, that is the observer effect, and they are linked across space without physical connection, and that is entanglement. Another difference between the ordinary mind and the quantum mind is that the ordinary mind is overwhelmed by negative emotions, thoughts, and impulses. That monkey mind hopping from one thought to another. Whereas the quantum mind is a pure, unaltered, and when it is left to rest easily, it is untouched by chaos. Imagine yourself right now holding a glass of local porridge that we call obshera. When the residue settles to the bottom of the glass, when the glass is left to settle, you can also let your mind to settle. so that you can experience that pure, unaltered state when your mind is left to rest easily. Another difference between the ordinary mind and the quantum mind is that the ordinary mind is a separate mind, and it is localized and confined to the physical material plane, whereas the quantum mind is part of a larger field of consciousness of the universal mind, and it is non-localized, not confined to a specific limited area, but